Hey guys, this is going to be quite a different video than what I would normally do. As of recently, I've just had so much on my mind that I've just really needed to get out. So this video is not going to have any edits in it. It's not going to have any cuts, no nothing. This is just me directly talking to you guys. I just wanted to make this video to kind of just reflect on my life and, you know, just everything that's happened, some of the good, some of the bad, you know. Yeah, so, you know, if I do end up breaking down in this, I'm just going to leave it in because I don't want this to look fake. I don't want this to be some sort of a setup video for views, because if I'm honest guys, I don't care about that, you know. The only thing I care about is putting a smile on people's faces when I do the stuff I do. But you know, yeah, I'm just going to get started and just go. So a few years ago, obviously, when I was younger, obviously I went to primary school. When I finished primary school, I went to secondary school, and that's when things kind of got a bit extreme. When I started off in school in year 7, I was quite a different kid in school, I'll be honest. Obviously I didn't have any hair. I always just shaved it off because it was annoying to me at the time. And yeah, so when I started school, obviously I would hang about with all my friends who I known from primary school, and there was quite a few people, and we would talk every day, and we would just do stuff. We'd go hang out, we would chill somewhere and just talk, have a laugh, maybe go, I don't know, kick a football around, kick a rugby ball around, you know, maybe go play some basketball, go on the park. And yeah, when it got to year 8, yeah, it didn't feel like that anymore. I used to love my friends back a while ago, but they all sort of took a turn for the worst, I feel like. Everyone except a few, obviously. A few I talk to still till this day, you know. A few that are still the closest friends I have. But most of my friends who I knew since primary school left me. They kind of just, when I'd walk past, they would look at me funny. They wouldn't talk to me. And yeah, I'd always just be that odd one out who was sat in the corner just on my own, talking to no one, you know. Obviously that had a big impact on me, especially at that age, because, you know, I would still message them all the time and I wouldn't get a response. They would open the message and shut it down as if it was nothing. The only real friends I had at the time was my mum and my dad and my brothers. Obviously I have another close friend of mine called Liam. He's been by my side for years, you know, he still is. And Liam, I love you to bits, mate. You're such an amazing person, and yeah, I love you, Mum. And obviously at the time I was talking to new people. Gosh, there's 2 people I still hang around with till this day as well. One called Mackenzie and one called Kane, you know. I've been talking to them for years now, and they're always them people who would message you and say, yo, do you want to go out, do you want to do something, do you want to come round my house and do you want to chill, you know? And I would always say yes, because they were just probably the closest friends I had. So when I got into year 9, that was when obviously medical issues came and hit me in the face. Because if you guys don't know, if you don't watch my Twitch, you guys won't know that I am type 1 diabetic. And year 9 was the time when I got that. So at the time, I was kind of always fighting this mental war with myself, and I would indulge on fizzy, sugary drinks every day. Like seriously, like I would buy maybe two 1.5 litres of Lucozade, and I'd drink them and drink them and drink them. I'd go to the chip shop and I'll buy Pepsi, and I would down it constantly over and over again. Until one day I went to the doctors, gave in a urine sample, and they told me that I had ketones in my urine. And obviously, you know, I was mortified. I was terrified of that. And yeah, but I've missed something. Yeah, so obviously I'll go to hospital, I would sit there, and they'd teach me how to use an insulin pen, which I've been using now for, Jesus, I've been using over maybe 5 years now. Yeah. And then later on in my life, my dad, he fell. It was a New Year's Eve party, and obviously I've missed this bit out, but this was before the hospital incident with myself. He fell down the stairs at a New Year's Eve party at my house. It was about 3 to 4 a.m. in the morning, and I wake up to a massive bang, and I heard my mum shouting, and I was in bed. I was confused. I didn't know what was going on. And then I realised that when I looked over the banister, I saw my dad lying there, just unconscious, and there was blood everywhere, literally. Obviously, an ambulance was called. They got here, took him to hospital. I wasn't allowed to see him at the time, and we found out that he's actually damaged his nerve endings and he went deaf. So, you know, this is quite a tough topic to talk about. So, yeah, I'd go to the hospital every day just to see him when he moved to a different ward, when I was allowed to see him. And yeah, it was horrible just to wake up every day and not see probably one of my bestest friends downstairs, you know, on the couch, just watching the TV. And honestly, it was such a hard life for me. It was just so hard that I didn't know what to do. I still had to go to school, I still had to work, obviously. I had homework I had to do, and when I'd come home and I wouldn't see my dad anywhere, I would just come in my room where I am now and just cry. But yeah, we were so lucky that my dad recovered, he got out. Obviously he was applied for a cochlear implant. Obviously he can't hear dead good with it, but he has improved with it, so yeah, he is doing well. And I'm just so happy to have him in my life. Dad, I love you to bits. Mum, I love you. My whole family, my friends, I love you. And yeah, I'm just grateful to have him there. Then we moved on to year 10. Obviously, I would kind of say this was another tough year for me. In school, I would kind of get picked on. I'd get laughed at. I would always get seen as like this clown who would walk in. I was always just left on my own to fend to myself. If I tried talking to some people, they would just, just laugh at me, and they wouldn't do anything. They wouldn't sit by me. They wouldn't even fucking give me a shoulder to cry on, and honestly, that was a big kick in the balls for me, So I'd go home and I'd talk to no one. I'd sit where I am now. Obviously my room was different at the time, because I used to have a bed behind me that was facing like this way, and my room was not like this. We moved it all around, but yeah, it was. I'd just come here, sit there and just play games all day. Then obviously the next day I go to school, people would start calling me fat and stuff. I see messages that people have sent to others about me when they've tried talking to me, and then obviously for some reason if they found out someone was next to me, they'd message the person next to me and start saying I'm just a fat kid, I'm just not liked. And I think that's where I really started to distance myself from people that I didn't trust. It's like if someone random messages me, I would talk to them, don't get me wrong, but it would take me a while to open up to you, and but it's just insane now. But yeah, after that, obviously it was year 11. Probably one of the hardest years of my life, and I know I said the others were bad, but this one was really bad. One day I went to school. I came home and found out that my brother had a seizure. So I have a brother called Sean, who had epilepsy, and it was really bad. He had a seizure in his room, and the paramedics were called. Obviously, I was told this the day before I went to school. Then when I got home, my mum and dad would tell me that he's dead. He went brain dead in hospital and they couldn't save him. And obviously that's when I got diagnosed with my mental health issues. I would sit there just listening to his songs. I would sit on his bed. I'd just sit there crying a whole day, because I miss my brother so much. I really do. We would argue all the time, but like this is like one of those moments you wish you could have again, But yeah, we'd argue all the time, and it's just so insane to know that he's went. I would say to my mum and dad every day, I'd say, wow, it's so quiet now, And I still to this day wish he was here, But life goes on, I went to his funeral. And obviously this was during the time of my GCSEs as well, and I had to do my GCSEs before I could go to his funeral. And obviously, this was during the time of my GCSEs as well, and I had to do my GCSEs before I could go to his funeral. And obviously, this was during the time of my GCSEs as well, and I had to do my GCSEs before I could go to his funeral. So I did that in the morning. I sat in the principal's office and just done my exam. I finished it, and then I went home, got into a nice suit, and went and paid my respects, I just remember till this day me just carrying that coffin that he was rested in to the into the church, then back to the car, then to the graveyard where he was buried with my other brother, who died on a motorbike accident before I was born. And it was hard. So set up a bit. Yeah, it was just, it's very hard, So when I finished school, obviously had a school leavers, and if you don't know what that is, basically it's where you get around with all your friends from school when you finish, and you go out and have a drink, Obviously, guys, we were drinking illegally, so, if you guys are watching, please do not do that. Please don't ever do that. As long as you're in supervision of an adult who you trust, who's obviously, really trusts you to, have a drink, then you can go ahead and do what you want, guys. But all I'm saying to you is, please do be careful. But yeah, so that finished, and then a few weeks later, I got a message from the head of the school, the principal, and she asked me to come in, and I was confused. I was like, what's going on? So I went down, and I found out that my maths teacher had accused me of stalking her, which was just insane, because we had such a good bond, me and my maths teacher. We would have a good laugh, I would always go to every morning lesson. Obviously this was like an hour or so before school. I would go to them, and yeah, it was a lot of, I loved going, because I was bad at maths at the time, so I needed that help, so I took it upon myself to go. And then she found, obviously, because my house is in this specific location, and my maths teacher lives pretty much up the road from me, and I would have this route where I would walk my dog, and obviously she took that as me stalking her, and she accused me of that. And my tutor said, if you do that again, we're going to ring the police on you. And I was like, well, what do you want me to do about it? Because I've been walking my dog this way for years, and she's obviously probably seen me that one time and took it upon herself to try and get me in trouble for it. And then I found out that she tried to say to the tutor that I would bring all my mates outside her house. And I was like, what the hell's this bitch on about, and yeah, it was just, I've just lost my brother, and now I'm getting accused of being a stalker. It's just sad, So yeah, a few months pass. I went on holiday with my mum. That was really fun. We went to Jamaica. Sorry guys, I keep wiping my head and just sweating so bad. But yeah, we went to Jamaica. It was such a good time. I'd do anything to do that again. Lovely weather. The drinks were nice, The hotel was beautiful. The food was great. And yeah, it was just such a nice place to chill. And I loved it. We were there for 2 weeks. And honestly, I would do anything to go back there. I am planning to again one day. I'm not going to say exactly where the place is at, because obviously Well, to be fair, I can't remember. I can't remember the name of it, so that's my excuse. But yeah, obviously then I went to college, done my 3 years there. Unfortunately, I failed my third year course, which was sad, but you know, life moves on, guys. You just keep going, keep pushing forward. And yeah, I decided, you know what, I want to start doing Twitch. So obviously I didn't stream for a while, but I used to stream on YouTube, Dead by Daylight live streams. If you guys look down my channel, you'll actually see those live streams. They were from quite a while ago, when the game was more new. Obviously it wasn't brand new, but you know, and if you don't know what game I'm talking about, obviously it's Dead by Daylight. But yeah, one day I bumped into a Twitch streamer by the name of Woo It's Jake. And honestly, this guy changed my life, honestly. Like, the most nicest, kindest man I've probably, you know, ever met just through the internet. And yeah, we talked all the time, and you know, not even, probably, it's about, I knew him for about 2-3 weeks, and he made me a moderator on his stream, and I was so happy about that, because no one's ever given me that sort of responsibility on a platform such as Twitch. I know it's probably the biggest streaming platform out there. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm sure it is. And yeah, it was just such a blast, you know. I'd just pop into a stream every day. I'd have a laugh, you know, have a good joke around with him, and yeah, we'd play games together, and till this day we still talk. And there's a flame in my room. Sorry if you can see that, by the way. But yeah, we would talk and play games every day, and we'd just, you know, have such a good time, just chatting with each other, you know. And then obviously I met so many lovely people through that. I've met so many lovely people through Twitch. And yeah, obviously ever since then, even though my mental health does play up now and again, I just appreciate everyone just being who they are and always supporting me when I'm down. People message me, you know. Sometimes there's even people that didn't talk to me in school and they message me, but they were the people who kind of took the piss out of me, so I just blocked them. I don't want to be involved with that. You know, I'm not here where I am today just to kind of get bullied, in a sense. So I just thought, you know what, I don't need them. Let's block them, keep them on my life. And a lot of those people who I did block obviously went on to smoking marijuana, doing drugs and stuff like that. So I'm just happy I wasn't surrounded by a group of people like that. So yeah, I chose my destiny. I'm going to stay with it. I'm going to keep going strong. And yeah. But guys, yeah, sorry if this is quite a dark video, and I'm sorry if it was quite boring. If you guys did stick till the end, I really do appreciate you all. I know this is quite a long video, and obviously it's really been on my mind to make this because my mental health recently has just been really shitty. I've not been able to do much. But yeah, anyway guys, I just want to say again, thank you all so much for just sticking by me. You guys are such amazing people. I love you all. Please guys, remember to keep safe. Please stay well. And I will see you guys in the next one. Have a good night guys, and please make sure you all take care. I love you all to death.